We couldn't see the house from the front. We get to see the $55 million house from the back. Welcome to Wayzata. This is Minnesota's richest town.
And it's a good place to do business. There's a lot of Fortune 500 support in this community.
And we have like the highest number of financial advisors per capita in the country or something.
Wayzata is one of the most unique rich towns we visited in the country. Located on Lake Minnetonka, its wealth has exploded in the last several decades.
I look at my photos from the old version. It was more like the Wild Wild West. People would buy a house for thousands of dollars and now it's millions.
With some of the biggest companies in the country surrounding it.
Target and Best Buy, 3M is here, IBM, there's a ton.
The amount of money here is remarkable. I cannot believe how many financial firms there are in this little town of 4,000 people. Look at the size of this UBS. This is the Minnesota episode of our Richest Town series. Let's go to Wayzata. We began the journey at our Airbnb in Minneapolis, just a few blocks away from one of the many Fortune 500 companies headquartered in the area. On the drive out to Wayzata, you could start to see signs of wealth, like these car dealerships. It's easy to forget how much money there is in the United States of America. When we came to do Minnesota's richest town, we did not think the wealth would be as absurd. You have a Ferrari dealer, you have a Land Rover dealer, you have a Jaguar dealer, you have a Porsche dealer over there. We then stopped in a Ferrari store and got our first dose of Minnesota nice.
Yeah.
I love this sweater, by the way.
Thank you. But yeah, so every brand new Ferrari is custom made to order. If you do order a new one, we do have a secret kind of little room over here.
Ooh.
So it's called a configurator room. You get to pick out pretty much every single detail with that. And yeah, it's in this room right here. So we have a bunch of different like custom color options that are in this like box right here. This is my favorite one. It's called a Viola Hong Kong. It's like a little purple.
Look at these seats. Oh my goodness. You know, our Toyota rental did not come with one of these.
Yes, so this one is an Atelier spec. So everything that was in this room, that's like the base level of customizations.
Yeah.
The next tier up is Atelier. So this is basically a one of one. You're never gonna see another SF90 that looks like this. Super.
And by the way, this 646,000. I'm not seeing that. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Sticker price on this is about $754,000.
Look at this car. Do you know how many Ferrari dealers are in Minnesota?
Just this one.
After seeing the elegance and quality of the Ferraris in the Ferrari store, I thought we'd present our sponsor today, the Ferrari of I'm kidding, we're not gonna do one of those ads. I used to have a problem when we did these videos on the road. We would travel around and we would essentially live out of these boxes, toiletry boxes, and ultimately use cartridge razors, which get all over the place and also don't lead to a nice shave. They were messing up my skin. I'd get a bunch of red bumps on here, and I need all the help I can get with my beard, given the hairline. So I decided to try out Henson shaving, and let's go see what it looks like now.
Honestly, this might be the Ferrari of razors.
As you can see, perfect shave. No, really, it feels great. No redness on the skin. It feels like a classic shave. Really smooth, really good. Check out Henson. Link in description, link in pinned comment. Thank you to Henson for sponsoring this video, and use code RocaNews to get 100 blades, 2 years worth for free. Back to Wayzata. We left the Ferrari store without a car and then drove into Wayzata, where our first stop was its town center. 1867 was a big year for Wayzata because that was the year the railroad came to town, and then it became a cottage town. It's the first big major destination town on Lake Minnetonka, and people who lived in the city would take the trains out here and they'd have cottages, which by the way is a big part of Scandinavian culture. Many of the people in this area are from Scandinavia, and so this train station really built the town, and now it's a museum, so thanks Obama. Next we interviewed a few residents who both lived there and ran businesses there.
Lisa from Candlelight Floral. We've been here in town for 62 years and we've been doing this event for about 10 years. In the wintertime, it's very Hallmark. It's like a quaint little lakeside town. Our florists are top notch.
I've heard that.
So Wayzata's only about like 2 square miles or something funny like that. And we have like the highest number of financial advisors per capita in the country or something silly like that.
I was literally thinking, with
A lot.
UBS, that's a huge firm.
I mean,
Merrill?
1, 2, 3. I mean, there's a lot.
Everything's a financial
yeah.
advisory. What like companies have the biggest presence in this town?
This town specifically, Cargill.
What's this town like in the summer?
Oh, it's bustling. They just built, in the last year or so, they built a lake walk.
Is the town growing? Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And what's fueling that?
Financial advisors. Definitely a lot of younger families are moving. It's a lot of generational wealth too, but also like you come here and everybody's just really nice.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a lot of snobs. Like we know the names of our
Yeah.
delivery people.
Well, Minnesota nice.
It's,
That-
yeah. But
It's
we're not passive aggressive nice in Wayzata. We're actually nice.
I mean, I can't believe you're just handing out free flowers. This is so cool.
Yeah.
Giving one to the Roca audience.
Yeah.
Here you go. Enjoy. Her claim that Wayzata has the highest wealth management firm per capita ratio in the country was not hard to believe. With just 4,300 residents, Wayzata has a staggering number of wealth management firms. Okay, one fascinating thing about the town center of Wayzata is there are legitimate financial firms here. Garda Capital Partners manages over $130 billion. It's a hedge fund. It's a super legit hedge fund, has dozens of employees, insanely hard jobs to get. And that's one thing we've noticed about some rich town is you will get some specialized financial firms that manage a ton of money right in their town centers. Not big banks, but secretive hedge funds. Have you been in the town for a while?
Yeah, we've been here for 15 years.
15 years.
So we're kind of the old guy on the block now. Yeah. Well, it's growing a lot. You know, when we first moved in, it was kind of a sleepy little village. Well, God, it's a great place to live and work. I mean, how could we be so lucky? You know? I mean, look at out here.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, I mean, just that alone kind of tells you a lot. But it's a low-key place. People care about the community. I mean, everybody seems to want this place to do well. You know, it's a little seasonal, but
yeah.
I mean, we're Minnesotans, you know, we embrace the winter. I mean, it's active out there in the winter. Cross-country skiing, snowmobiling. Yeah. I mean, any winter sport you can think of, they're doing it.
Is there a big Scandinavian presence here?
Yeah. You know, it's changed a little bit, you know. I'd say it's much more multicultural than it once was. A lot of Northern European immigrants at one time.
Are rich people friendly here?
Well, everybody's friendly.
More down to earth?
Oh, God, yeah. Everybody is. As far as I can tell, we have great customers, you know.
Are you a lifelong Minnesotan?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I can hear the accent.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a great area, a great marketplace, you know. We're not exempt from some of the issues that other communities are having, you know. So, but I mean, I would say all in all, we're doing really good. And it's a good place to do business, you know. And there's a lot of Fortune 500 support in this community. General Mills, Cargill, Target, 3M, Medtronic. God, I mean, there's a lot of them.
He's not wrong about the concentration of Fortune 500 wealth. In fact, the Minneapolis-St. Paul metro area has a higher Fortune 500 per capita ratio than any other metro area in the country. In the area, you have United Healthcare, Target, Best Buy, 3M, General Mills, US Bancorp, Hormel, and 8 other companies in the Fortune 500. United Healthcare, by the way, is the 5th biggest company in the country by revenue. And Brian Thompson, its CEO, who was allegedly shot by Luigi Mangione, lived just a short distance away from where we go in this video. At this point, though, it was time to see some of these incredible lake homes. Of the 8 most expensive homes in Minnesota, 4 of them are in Wayzata, and all of them are, of course, on Lake Minnetonka. I'm worried about the downfall of the wealthy in America because we were driving by this amazing lakefront home with the tennis court in the front, and we checked, and it's 2 pickleball courts now. What have we become, America? This home right behind us sold for $12 million. 8-bedroom home, 6 baths, right on the lake. Gorgeous property, super classy real estate out here. You can smell the old money in the air. And of course, the house for sale for $55 million. We cannot get past the gate, but there it is. The footage is insane of it. We'll try to get it on the other side of the lake, but 29,000 square foot home. I mean, just unbelievable. I mean, like, this is a nice house, but next to 55 million, you're just getting mogged, as the kids say. So back there, through the trees, is the most expensive home in Wayzata. It's going for $55 million. The house is 29,000 square feet. It is an absolute stunning lakefront home. And now you get why celebrities live here. I mean, this house is insane. And look at that. There's a mini... Look, you know you're in a rich spot when there's a putting green right there. At this point, it seemed like we were out of luck to see this home or any of the private islands or any of the other giant homes in Wayzata. But then we got our next dose of Minnesota nice and caught a break. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, please make sure to subscribe. If you do subscribe, we'll hand you some of the free flowers we got in this town. But really, if you support our mission of capturing the world without bias or fear, hit that subscribe button, help us grow this channel. We believe the news should be honest, nonpartisan, and curious. So check it out. RocaNews, thank you for watching. Back to the video. We went down to the water and found a man named Mark who was helping his friend remove his boat with the dead engine from the lake. At this time of year, by the way, most of the residents are taking their boats off the water. We asked Mark a ridiculous question. Can he show us around the lake? He said yeah.
I've lived on Lake Minnetonka for 47 years. No, it's definitely become gentrified. I look at my photos from the old version and remember what it was like. It was more like the Wild Wild West. People would buy a house for thousands of dollars and now it's millions.
We saw one home that's for sale for over $50 million.
Yeah, we'll go past it.
On Gale Road, we will?
Yeah, 55 million.
No way! Oh, let's go! This is amazing.
St. Paul has always been felt, entrepreneurial.
So there are a number of like townships on the lake, right? It's not just Wayzata.
No. So there's Excelsior.
Yeah.
Then there's Mound, Shorewood.
Why do you think Wayzata is the like most coveted from a housing perspective?
Good question. Because I'm not a Wayzata fan at all.
Interesting.
I'm Excelsior is where you've got kind of normal people that are a little eccentric, and still have really nice things, and I mean you'll see a mix.
Yeah.
You won't see a mix in Wayzata. It's all high end.
Yeah.
And people who are portraying to be high end. Kind of a little fake it till you make it in Wayzata. I feel.
Interesting.
House.
That's the guest house?
On the right.
Oh my goodness.
It's the main house and the guest house.
Is that 55, Gale? Do you think?
No.
No, that's not even the biggest one?
No, that's North Home.
So when you were growing up, these houses weren't this big?
Weren't here.
They weren't here?
No. So most of them have been, original houses were torn down. And I still have neighbors that are original Excelsiorites. I have other neighbors that have now started coming from other areas. A lot of gated community neighbors type, and they're not as neighborly.
Yeah.
My last name is Setterholm. I'm 50% Norwegian and then Swedish and other stuff. How about this? I think Scandinavian people love the outdoors and then love lakes.
Yeah.
So
that kind of, it also makes it a natural fit. I mean, 15% of Minnesota is Norwegian. The highest Norwegian population in the country.
Is that right?
32% of Minnesota's population has Scandinavian heritage. Now, given the lake culture in countries like Sweden and Norway and the Nordic country of Finland, Minnesota was a perfect place for them to move to. What kind of winter activities do people do on the lake?
It's a Fellini circus out here.
So, can people like drive out their trucks onto the ice?
Yes.
How thick does it have to be to do that?
At least 2 feet.
How frozen will it get?
It might get up to 5-6 feet. This is an island that's owned by a family that has owned it forever. So it's an island. They own the whole island. There's like 7 buildings on the island. And there are people that live out here full time on this island.
So if they want to get groceries, they have to go by boat?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's the head of orthopedics for the Minnesota Vikings.
No way, that's so cool. There's a strong aristocracy in this town. Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar went to Wayzata. Dean Phillips, the congressman from this district who ran for president in 2024, has a house on the lake. The first 2 presidents of Target lived there. And other celebrities like A-Rod and Kevin Garnett have homes in the area.
Boathouses like these, the ones that are right on the water, these little things right here,
Yeah.
those are grandfathered in. So they've all been remodeled. So look, the structure on the far right is their pool house. On the compound, there's 2 or 3 other homes.
Oh my goodness.
The owner died before he could take occupancy.
All right, we couldn't see the house from the front, but thanks to Mark letting us on his boat, we get to see the $55 million house from the back. That's right, this home is worth $55 million.
Look at that boathouse there remodeled, and you have several estates on this property. You can see the pool house right on the right. Oh my goodness, Mark, this is unbelievable. How long has that house been there?
They've been building it for the last 5 years.
Wow.
Whereas in New York City suburbs, you see Wall Street wealth, and in the Bay Area suburbs, you see tech wealth, it was fascinating to see corporate wealth at such scale. To give you a sense of the real estate market in Wayzata, these townhomes right here, they are large, but they're going for over $2.5 million. And the median listing price right now in Wayzata is $2.3 million. So it goes to show the huge houses on the lake, of course, going for 6, 7, 8, up to 55 million. But you also have the townhomes. I mean, the real estate here is just shockingly expensive. In terms of the diversity in Wayzata, it tends to be a very white town. You have 87 and 92%, depending on the source, of the town is white. After that, black and Asian and Hispanic. If you've been sleeping on Minnesota wealth, we hope this video woke you up. Now, some of you have pointed out in the comments that we typically cover just the low end or high end of a given area. We will show more of it in future videos, but high-end videos like this do show an important part of the U.S. economy, and that is how entrepreneurship in massive corporations create fantastic amounts of money. A level of money you don't see in other countries at this scale. And if you had that money in this area, wouldn't you want to move to Wayzata? Thank you for watching. Thank you again to Mark. And please make sure to hit subscribe and try a Henson's razor today.